Ladies and gentlemen, back at you again with another very highly anticipated Stage 2 match of Deluxe. We have a battle between Heroes and Beasts, with up in the top corner, bearing the red gloves, is the King of Beasts, Magnolia, being piloted by Timmy. Meanwhile, in the bottom corner, bearing the blue gloves, we've got the Practitioner of Heroes, Duck. Both of these fighters here bringing in some pretty solid performances from their block battles, and a couple of decks that may have not been anticipated to do as well as they did, but these pilots really show that it is as much a skill game as it is a power game. With me today, I have once again my co-commentator, ArcSoul. How are we doing, sir?
It is time for the multi-attack war, technology versus nature. Who will overcome this mighty battle?
That is indeed a big, big throw line between these two decks right here, both being capable of more quantity-based offense rather than quality-based offense. Just poke, poke, poke until one goes down. And so we're going to see when these two forces clash, which one is going to be coming out on top. And now then, it's time to begin. Stay with me, gentlemen. Stand up.
Stand up.
Vanguard.
Vanguard. Sylvan Horde Beast, Lotte.
Galaxy Hero, purely Agno. Alright. My turn. I draw. Done. I'll discard this card. And I ride. The Beaver.
The Beaver.
I can search out an order from my deck.
One of the nice things about Heroes is that by the timing of this tournament, they have access to their new set order. This base card being a great one is huge because that means that Architect Basile can add it and then he can play it on that very same turn, which helps because Heroes have a scaling mechanism to the amount of bases that they have in the order zone. So be able to get that going right away from turn one is pretty pivotal. So very good support card there, especially because this card also has the ability to put a card with B Hero in its name from the drop zone and scout it into the base. So there's nothing lost here on this turn. Very efficient, and it seems Duck's going to be doing just that.
Yeah, very smart discard, knowing that he was going to get the order this turn.
I'll pass the turn to you in the meantime, and I'll get this thing sorted.
Alright. Boku no ten. Dando Ndoro. By discarding my Ursay, I ride into Rancor Chain,
Ooh, declaring a ride into Rancor Chain. Okay. So we're going for a little bit of Order Nolia shenanigans, it appears.
So I went second. And now, Rancor Chain skill activates by Soul Blasting Lotte. I draw 2 cards. And you know, I've been wondering how to defeat this deck for the longest time. And you know what? When there's a hero, there's always a need to have a great villain. I discard a Mask of Hydrogum.
Oh
my god.
Sinister tech option here. It seems we're not dealing with just any Magnolia. It's going to be Magnolia Misu. Ooh. All right. And making a bold declaration right away with that discard in turn. Timmy is out for blood.
Rancor Chain attacks the Vanguard.
That's pretty good. I'm not going to guard this.
Damage check. Or drive check.
Ooh,
another Mask of Hydrogum.
It's the drive. I mean, not critical check.
All right. Nothing too dynamic from the drive for the damage checks. And with that, a very simple pass over to Duck is going to turn 2 here. And as anyone who plays Heroes knows, this turn 2 could be quite volatile depending on the pieces at Duck's hands.
Because Heroes are known for their turn 2 rush, so let's see how much damage Heroes are about to lay on these villains.
Ride Galactic Hero, Wyatt Eostin. Okay. I'll use his effect. I'll put this card into the base. Let me show it to you. Let's see that. This guy.
Alright, Rampart Speeda. Rampart Speeda, not just a strong shield value card, but also gives the soul charge automatically when it's placed in the base there. So good on resources both ways. Oh, Espida soul charging Espida. Well, that's very prudent.
Amazing. Okay. But unfortunate. But play this.
Now here comes Hero Base Aiyatvas. Now, Hero Base Aiyatvas has the skill to look at the top 7 cards of the deck, reveal 3 heroes. 1 goes to the hand, and the remainder are going to go scouted into the base. But one thing about this that's a little unfortunate is Duck was attempting to search out that very card that's now being revealed here. Darngia has the skill to superior call a card after it's done attacking from the base to the field. But it does have a downside, which is that it needs to have 3 bases in there. Now, customarily, it does have an effect to place a card, a base specifically, from the deck into the order zone, but only if you had not placed one this turn. It appears Duck was trying to filter out the deck to hopefully get her effect off before he needed to play the base effect, but it didn't work out. So that means that they're going to have to be stuck with just 3 attacks this turn, which kind of thwarts the rush potential. Back to the game.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to put the energy generator in. Wait. My bad. Okay. Should go on 3. Okay.
All right. Moment of thinking here.
How hard does he want to go this turn?
Okay. I'll rest the base. Wait, not that one. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is really obnoxious, right? I'll rest this one. Soul Blast you. Oh wait, I don't Soul Blast. Wait. I'll discard you. Then I'll call out. You or not.
All right, here comes Badash Burstin, which is effectively the archetypal Bulbul Mine for this deck, but a little better because it also gets a 2k power up to make it an optimal booster even against other kind of numbers. And now here comes Bold Salos, a very strong combo piece. Salos, when it's discarded for the effect of your base, is able to counterblast 1 to superior call itself back to the field instead, which then results in a holistic +1. Alright, Cinder Ferris is coming out too. Now, Cinder Ferris, for the price of Energy Blast 3 and resting a base, is able to call a card from the base. So, using these different resources of Counterblast and Energy Blast in tandem, he's able to get a lot of cards out there on the double for quick, speedy attack.
Yep. Heroes are doing hero things. They're just like coming out to the field, helping their comrades, fighting the forces of evil. And from a board of 0 to a board of 5, looks like it's rush time.
Alright, 10k to your Vanguard.
Alright. Put me on the back foot here. Okay, I will guard with a 15k shield.
Timmy deciding to overpass it right away.
Yep, with that evil Jackalope. Just look at those beady eyes. How dastardly.
The Jackalope. I know a certain Cyberoid Diva would hate to see that card right now.
Ooh, definitely.
23?
I'll take it. Damage check. No trigger.
PG.
Unfortunate damage check.
30?
Now
Damage check.
30 on that Vanguard.
Critical
Ooh,
trigger.
and a
Oh,
critical
back to the
loss as
Vanguard.
well.
Too late defensive.
Well, his effect, he goes to the soul, and I counter charge 1.
Alright,
your
regain
turn.
back a lot of resources. However, there is one thing that's nice for Timmy here. With the counterblast being provided, is along with the fact that they are going second, this Magnolia Mass should be able to come at absolute full power right off the bat. That's quite devastating.
It is, but it really depends though. How will he make it in time though? Heroes with their offensive pressure might be able to close to the game even before Mass gets out, potentially.
Alright, now it's time for the Rideline. Let's see if they go for the Order Recycler here or not.
I'm going to do a very unorthodox strategy. I'm going to be
If they do
Well,
run the
very
Black Tears
unorthodox
Husk Dragon, they do run the Black Tears Husk Dragon, they do have access to
Using Lena?
getting back that order.
Playing Sylvan for Beast
Oh.
Goildoat.
Oh, they don't! They're running Goildoat. Now, Goildoat has a skill that from the drop zone, when your Magnolia is placed during the ride phase, you can put it to soul for the drop to give it power. Furthermore, it has another skill which states that it gets 10,000 power when it attacks from the back row center and draws a card. Very, very good attacker there. Interesting. So they're sacrificing a potential plus in order to guarantee a very strong rear guard there. Timmy definitely teched out his deck.
They're
Now we're gonna play now the order. In the dim darkness, the frozen resentment. By soul blasting one, I get to look at the top 3 cards of my deck. I choose one of these units to put it to the drop zone. Put it in the drop zone, Maliva.
Ooh,
Okay,
really
shuffling the
strong
deck.
discard there. Maliva has a variety of skills if you have the Magnolia Mask on board. Super good call there. Let's see if that's what they call, though. That is what they discard, but it doesn't have to be the thing they call.
right, and it doesn't get its full benefits until mask.
We are gonna be calling. Actually, yeah, we're gonna call Maliva.
Interesting.
All right, calling on Maliva right off the bat there. Although Maliva doesn't get the on-play skill, it will get its other effects come go time with Mass there. At the very least, it gets another great 2 out on that field to try and fight back.
Then
The
We're to
singing
call.
tomato.
the tomato.
Hula Boily Coil.
My god. With its evil
Activate skill.
singing.
Energy Blast 3. I get to call out a Sylvan Horn Beast with grade less or equal to the Vanguard. I get to call out Mayarse to the rear guard circle.
Ah, much like Heroes, being able to build back board is a specialty of Magnolia here. And given
Now
that they're
then.
able to hit pretty good numbers, we might see a lot of damage against Duck on this turn.
I'm gonna place it right there. You know what? I'm gonna place it right there.
Interesting.
You know what? We're gonna go battle phase. We're gonna go 10 to the Vanguard.
I'll intercept with this guy. 11.
We're gonna go 10 to the Vanguard.
I won't guard this.
Alright, we're gonna drive check. That's a no trigger.
Damn it.
Gnothra.
Nothing.
Ah, no trigger there either, so Tim's got the green light to keep going.
We're gonna go for the 18 to the Vanguard.
No guard?
And once again,
And turn
another
that.
defensive coming late.
Missing out on that. However, this is a lot of CB for Heroes to work with, so they've got a very devastating comeback play in motion here.
Amazing draw. Just had. I'll ride. Galactic Hero. Stately Closet. I don't know how you say that name, but.
Close odd.
All right, Heroes are about to assemble. Let's see how big of a turn Duck's got planned for the first go-around. All right, Darnji is getting called.
Mighty ready.
Amastania, the best card in this deck. I'll discard you. Get out of order from my deck. Sit in the order zone. And I can use its skill. Top 7. Okay.
Moments of consideration there. Ooh, all right,
pretty
some
good hits.
very tasty targets there.
Hey, that's
You-
nice.
And you go there, and I'll add this one to my hand.
Opting to add the countercharger to the hand, it looks like.
Then I'll play my other base. Again.
Oh my god. you got the other one.
Oh, all right, even more deck filtering. if I was Timmy,
Ooh.
I'd be expecting some triggers on this turn.
I'd definitely be expecting triggers.
But unfortunate.
However, though, if Timmy makes it the next turn, that Granosco is going to put in a lot of work.
Okay, looks like Dianos is going to go into the base and then another one to the hand. So didn't get the full effects there, which just goes to show how deck compressed Duck has right now. He's been able to dig out a total of over 9 cards from that deck at this point. Very, very strong effects here to try and ensure the high trigger count. But are they going to be able to seal the deal on that here?
And after seeing 2 triggers pretty early on, though, ooh.
Potentially, but the biggest thing about Heroes is that they have virtually no hand size to work with. And because of that, come Magnolia's turn, if they get a chance to fight back properly, Duck may be living up to his name.
Ooh, very true, very true.
I'll use this skill, put this into the soul, and I'll retrieve this guy into my hand.
Alright, using Aiyatvas' skill in order to get back Ferris. Furthermore, Aiyatvas' a skill, which means that the counterblast cost of the Vanguard is now reduced by 1, so Stately doesn't need a CB anymore. So if there was any notion of not having resources, that have been thwarted.
I'll Energy Blast 3. I'll rest this. I can call out a card from my image again.
Alright, it's time for Heroes to assemble.
And from my hand, I'll play you.
Oh, interesting.
Bit unfortunate, to be honest, but
There's this formation is lacking a very crucial card in the form of Direct Forial, which allows for a column swap multi-attack. Without that, Heroes upper threshold has once again been minimized here. It seems there's a little bit of difficulties coming from the hero side of the board.
Yeah.
it's looking good.
Because I just got that Grey 2 in the corner. They're just kind of just standing there menacingly of justice.
There's a lot of attacks, that's for sure.
Yeah. There's a really get about this one.
More cards in the base, 2 Dianos, a Darnia, and an Aspida. Because of that,
Alright. Take your Vanguard.
Alright, we're gonna use we're gonna Incept actually with Maliba.
Wanna blast 1. Well,
alright, Darnia off a Darnia.
actually,
Or
yeah, I think it. Yep.
Alright, now they garbage Geonosla on this one.
Ooh,
Plus 1 again.
we just do it again.
Yep.
Burning all the cards that they can from Tim here.
Yeah. Force as much up before committing to the Vanguard swing.
Let's do this. Actually, yeah, let's do this.
Oh, calling Deontos as a rear guard. Fast.
With an extra Dianos in the base there, they may as well.
This will be 26 for your Vanguard.
Alright, that is a no guard.
Check the drive. First check.
Ooh.
No trigger.
Second check.
Oh,
Right.
an Omega Brick on the twin drive there. That is not what Heroes want to see. With all their base filtering in effect, that is the exact opposite of what they need in this instance. Duck's got to shake this one off.
Yep, even with all that deck compression still though.
I'll use the free skill of this girl. These 2 to the soul, and I ride from my deck. From my base. You?
All right, now they've got Dianos there. Stately Claws are going to be scouted temporarily before a rewrite at the end of the turn there. One thing about Diana's, that's continuous skill online, the heroes now have an extra 5,000 on the front row rear guard.
I'll use skill, Kyle Blast 1. He gets a crit and 15k power. That's going to be 28k.
Ooh.
2 crits.
Massive numbers coming from.
It's a big one right there.
Just send me to block that.
All right.
Yeah, with one drive.
I don't want to have to do this right now, but Kanzengaro.
Ooh, the perfect guard.
Discarding the Mask of Hydro Gum.
Alright.
Alright.
A nice
I'll check
guard.
the drives.
So with one drive, what's he gonna get? He gets the critical trigger. Alright, so there's still a chance for heroes to finish it off on this turn if Tibby lacks the guards. One of the most polarizing things about this deck.
Get the power there and also the crit near.
Ooh. Oh, he's investing all onto the grade 2 rear guard.
Makes sense. With Diana's only having the one drive. Oh, 31 on the van now.
And how much is this other one?
35, 2 crit.
5. I'm gonna have to do it on. I'm gonna have to damage check. Get myself a heal trigger.
Heal trigger to mitigate the kill turn. Timmy doesn't need to invest any more cards to stop this now.
It's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Oh.
Right.
And like I said here, this is where heroes start to slow down, effectively being a sitting duck.
Nice pun there.
Activate skill of the Singing Tomato. It's everyone's favorite. It retires itself, and I get plus 10k power.
35.
Yeah.
Wait, that's 30.
But
Wait.
that's not going to be enough to guard this attack. He may need to take that back.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, he may need.
Hold on. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to take that back. I thought this was 30. I thought this was
No.
This was 25. My bad. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
that thing
thinking.
is a magic
Do I want to sacrifice my hand? And the answer is no. I'm gonna take that.
Alright, he's going to be taking some more damage here.
That hand must be precious if he doesn't want to get. Oh my god.
Over-trigger, mitigating more damage! Oh, Timmy being able to hang on by the skin of his teeth. But that's huge. This is definitely where he needed to stop it. Heroes is definitely a very early bell curve. Now they're just going to... They're going to have to teeter it away from this point. And now if Timmy is able to set up a decent offense, he'll be able to really clap back. Let's see it.
Oh my god. Two heals, basically, from Timmy managed to like mitigate so much of those swings.
Let's do this. What is my damage? What's my drops right now?
Damage count 3 to 4.
Yeah,
Timmy had to use up a lot of his defensive units just to get to this point.
I know 2 of your cards in there are essentially useless. Those are bases.
Yeah. Yeah, but
what do I want to do?
If Duck can see the next turn, though, those bases may come in really handy next turn for more of that for the hero's deck confession ability. We may not have seen many triggers last turn, but like that just means that next turn we might see some triggers flying.
One thing also worth noting is Duck still has a couple of standing up bases, which means he has access to using Rampart Espida as a guardian from the base if he so desires, and that's a 15k guard.
I got my game plan.
The game plan. Okay.
Roar! The blue howdah trembles the sea of trees. I ride the Vanguard. 7-horn Beast Emperor, Magnolia Patriarch.
Alright, Magnolia hitting the field, and immediately on place being able to get any Silverhorn Beast of their choice.
Skill Hatsuto. Yeah, okay. Stereo code. 7-horn Beast.
Right, Juno's getting played.
Next, I call Dragontree Wretch, Death, Ilva. skill hostile. Down to a blast. So blast. Getting myself the infamous Dragontree marker.
Oh, and there it is. The marker of evil.
Place it underneath Magnolia. And I search my deck.
Mask of Hydrogum.
Yeah.
If they can get Mask of
Well,
Hydrogum and also snag an
Unfortunately,
extra
I only have
Dragontree.
two. Unfortunately, I only have 2 Mask of Hydrants in the deck.
Uh-oh, and with that, they won't be able to get any more Mask of Hydrogum here, which needs no further searching. But did
However,
they manage to get the Magnolia
I
Mask?
don't need that. Since I use Mask of Hydrogen's secret skill from the drop zone. Unleash the true power of the beast by revealing Silverhorn Beast, Silverhorn Beast King of Calamity, Magnolia Mask from my hand. Rido. Putting Mask of Hydrogum into the soul.
And now
Then.
it's a Persona Ride.
Since you are grade 3, Persona Ride activates.
Nice.
Oh. This is gonna be a very critical turn for Duck here now. All those evil animals now being distorted, becoming more grotesque, and getting the card to boot. We're about to witness a
And
mauling over
I draw
there.
1 card. Oof.
Oh, that oof though.
Hey, Magnolia
I wonder what
Mask
that
didn't
is.
get what it wanted. It does have access to a retire skill if it wants, but so far it's only got 1 Dragontree marker. Perhaps it's not worth it yet.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, masking up, it does give you the Persona Ride numbers, but it did result in less attacks for Magnolia. But with such a simplified game state, maybe they didn't even have enough rear guards to attack with in the first place.
They probably prioritize the power rather than the quality of the attacks for not that.
Yeah. These are still going to be 4 attacks, and with Persona Ride and how vulnerable Duck's hand looks like, it still may be enough depending on what he sees.
Yeah. Well, now with Timmy sitting at 4 damage, though, it does mean that. It does mean that he is able to heal the Duck though.
I'm thinking long and hard about this.
Yeah, so right now it comes down to like if Duck can see the defenses at the right time, he might be able to flex the next turn.
That's not what I wanted to see, but we'll have to deal with it. Skill of Magnolia Mask. So gets plus 10k power. Also, with the Dragontree marker, another 5k power is added. Alright. It's time for battle.
Ooh, they're going to hold the Magnolia.
Interesting.
It will attack the Vanguard.
How much
For
is
20k power.
20k. I'll guard this. Oh, well, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna guard this.
Alright, using a nice
Alright,
15k
Magnolia Mask.
there.
With the power of your determination, attack the Vanguard.
I'm not gonna guard this attack.
Alright, that's a no guard.
All
Let's see
right.
what the Twin Drive has to say.
1 drive. First check.
A Persona, right?
No trigger. Second check.
Oh,
Ooh, dual personas.
Just like Duck kind of blanking on those twin drives.
Check the damage.
and a-
to
And
draw.
Right
hitting a
timing of
draw
great
trigger
defenses.
as well. Heroes are back in the driver's seat, it looks like.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Timmy was able to preserve enough cars to actually go for a full force offense.
Yeah. Now then, can Duck capitalize on this moment?
Alright. That doesn't matter. Genosla, attack the Vanguard. good, hustle. Down to Bist. At 25k to the Singing Tomato.
How much will this be?
This is 25.
I'll let this through as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And a
Finally
heal.
hitting a heal
Oh my
trigger
God.
there. Here, it's Hero's
That
time to
is-
shine. It looks like, and
Yeah.
it makes sense
Because
too.
of-
Despite the shocking whiff of the twin drive initially, it just goes to show that there are still that many triggers in deck, and at some point or another, they
Yeah.
have to pop up.
Yep, and
This
he's
is not looking good for Magnolia.
Trusting his gut definitely paid off. So now he's able to just easily swat away these
Right,
last.
and, I would say attack the rear guard.
Oh,
Perfect guard this one.
Immediately seeing the
PGing
situation.
for
Oh my
Salos.
God.
All right. And Timmy
Man
must be
just
kicking themselves for not
denied him.
using the Persona Remove skill of Magnolia Mask to reduce the field advantage there.
Oof.
And then draw.
Alvin.
Okay,
can't
final
capitalize
turn.
His turn.
Oh, final turn is called
Final
from
turn.
Duck.
Ooh.
Hmm.
He is confident he's gonna finish it off this one. Let's see.
I'll call you. You skill. Put something into the base. Then I'll retrieve a base from my drop zone.
Oh.
Now the top 7.
And here comes even more deck thinning.
Oh, finally. Nice, nice.
Sounds like they might have seen the direct foil. There it
Oh,
is.
they found it.
Really good
And another
card.
Beyond
yeah.
Toast. Oh my god, that is so good.
Yeah, there's a lot of attacks here. Yeah, a lot more deck thinning. Oh, I can see why he
Ooh.
called final turn, especially with defensive OT not going to be a factor in this turn here to thwart what Deck's got going down. Seems like Heroes might be able to finish the job here unless Timmy manages to guard by the skin of his teeth. Twin driving 2 Magnolia certainly doesn't help that case though.
What should I add to my hand? That's a good question. I'll put this there actually. Why not?
9. Ooh. Yeah, and the chances of seeing the trigger are actually pretty high when you do the math, actually.
Alright, and I'll play from my hand another one. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Playing another
Ooh.
base. This one is Aiyatvas though, so it doesn't have further deck thinning, but it does
I
get
can
more
get that.
resources.
Yep. And helps him recuperate some of those lost heroes in the drop zone.
I can get back this card, which is all that matters.
Oh, adding the Darnia bag. With that, they'll be able to get more multi-attack combos, and also there's no need to CB for still Stately Closet once again. And it looks like the 2 CBs this turn are going to be going to Darnia and also to the affected Dianos. Oh, this is nasty. And being at 4 damage, Tim is in a bad place. The only good thing for Tim right now is that they don't have Persona Ride on Duck's side, so that means that these aren't going to be swinging that hard compared to what they could have been.
Yeah.
I'll attack your rear guard.
Attacking the rear guards first. Fascinating.
And-
How much is this?
He's attacking for 10 on it.
Alright,
I
intercept.
see. But intercepting with the other rear guard, very sensible. Might as well use a 5k shield to defend a 10k shield.
Alright, this will be 18k to your Vanguard.
Alright, well, I know you have a lot. Okay, let me check your drop zone real quick.
Good.
The crucial moment here. Who will Lady Luck shine on today?
Alright, let's see. Got 9 out of 16.
Is it actually 9 out of 16?
Yeah. Oh my god, the trigger rate is so high right now. You're right, that deck compression really coming in handy in these as we reach these final turns.
Tim had one
Probably-
chance to finish this off, and unfortunately it didn't work out.
Yeah, maybe that is probably why Duck himself even mentioned final turn. He probably knew the math. The moment his turn started, he probably knew the moment he discarded those cards, like, yep. He knew his trigger rate was probably gonna be really high, so now he's challenging Timmy. Does Timmy have anything to guard this? He's in critical range right now, so
Definitely there's an attack to take. It wouldn't be the Dianos coming up, because that one's going to just be a one-shot kill.
Yeah. Either way, both Vanguards going to seem like they're going to probably be the most dangerous right now. But we know for sure, we know from Timmy's last drive checks, there's 2 Persona, right? So those last 3 cards need to be able to pull it away.
You know what? We're gonna no guard.
Boldly no guarding this. All right.
He's calling the bluff. He's calling that there's no. All right, the first.
Oh, first check is a no trigger.
Ooh. Oh my god.
What?
Once
No
again.
triggers checked. What are the
Wow.
odds? And if Timmy can get a defensive from this as well, he just might be able to do something here. Oh, but nothing there as well. Okay.
That's 5
Man,
damage.
Timmy unfortunately having to see all the Magnolias right here, which is not the right time for it. All right, now Dex Foil using its skill to column swap, only for then 2 rear guards to be sucked into the soul from the Vanguard afterwards.
Yep, however,
There's still
though,
1, 2, 3, 4 attacks left for Timmy to deal with.
Yep, and Duck only needs to land 1 more. Will he land that 1 crucial hit, or will Timmy's last 3 cards in hand be able to like push through it all?
Oh no.
There's the Dianos.
Yep. Alright. I'll attack up the last time. Final blast 1. Plus 15k. Wait.
2 crits on a drive.
We're gonna perfect guard this attack.
And it was a perfect guard.
Ah, PG coming on down.
Discarding Magnolia.
Discarding Magnolia.
Ooh, alright.
Let's check the draw.
Once more a win! What are the odds? Absolutely
This-
insane here.
That still means though, like if with that means like with all those triggers in deck though, that means like even if Magnolia sees next turn though, there's a high chance we're gonna see more defensives out of Duck probably.
Let's see.
With what Duck has left in the order zone there, oh no, it doesn't seem likely he'll be able to even kill this turn.
Potentially,
If I
again,
give
really comes down to these last few
All right, going
cards.
25k on that Vanguard.
Ooh, 25k.
Guard. Guard for 28.
All right, guarding with the heal trigger.
This will be 28k Vanguard.
20 and now a 28k to the Vanguard. Ooh.
Ooh, you're boosting. Okay. That's an issue.
That's it. Yep, does.
And
Timmy have a
unfortunately,
20
unlike regular Magnolia Patriarch, Magnolia Mask lacks the ability to give intercept to its rear guards there. Very problematic because those could have definitely made a difference against this particular attack pattern.
Yep, that power over versatility really coming back to bite Timmy. Does he have the 20 shield though? We know that on his his evil tomato can give 10k, but that means he still needs another 10k shield.
Yeah, we also know that one of the 2 cards in hand is Magnolia.
Persona, right? So if that last card is not a defensive, this might be the end.
Right. We had to see it. And Darnia is right there, just able to call another card out there to attack with. This may be checkmate.
Yeah, it might be rider kick time.
Alright, we're gonna damage check.
Okay.
You know, guarding this.
Damage checking the ace unit.
unit.
And that's victory for Heroes there. Unfortunate for Magnolia. Heroes experiencing a lot of issues in this game, but wasn't able to capitalize on it due to a subpar offense. What do you think about this particular result here, Arxel? Do you think this was about proper? Do you think that this may have been a matter of fate?
I think Timmy prioritizing the power over the versatility that Patriarch offers really did come to bite him in the butt. It really did come to bite him later on in this match, though, because those intercepts from the back row, as you mentioned earlier, would have definitely come in super handy. Also, like even though Duck with a lot of those early drive checks, it made up for in the following turn with the defense is able to hold off Magnolia's overwhelming power.
And it's also worth noting that even with Duck being so close on the line, how much better would have the Magnolia turn had been? But if Magnolia just been able to hold out a little bit longer, maybe played a little bit more of a stable build, because a part of this build is it also utilizes Mask of Hydragum and Dragontree Wretches and all these other somewhat potentially brick-worthy cards that may have ultimately left Timmy more vulnerable than he was intending here. So definitely an interesting result, but one that we can reason out when we think about it in the long term. However, having said that, if you guys did like this match, then definitely consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and turning on the handy dandy notification bell. We've got all sorts of other deluxe matchups that are going to be on their way here coming up shortly. So if you're feasting for more, then don't worry, because we've got more coming your way. But if you're looking for the Vanguard content in the meantime, then look no further. Be it top 10s, discussions, fight nights, custom card reviews, anime reactions, we do it all here. So check that out as well. And with that said, take care and God bless. Well done, y'all.